Conservancy's fundraiser. It's going to happen Saturday, May 20th at Jacobs Pavilion at Nautica. All proceeds go toward the Western Reserve Land Conservancy's tree planting initiative, so that Cleveland can once again claim its historic nickname, Forest City. Why not? ROC-in-CLE. You can go to jacobspavilion.com if you want to buy tickets, if you strike out with me. But I got a pair here for you. Call 10, 2 for Skinner in May. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Don't worry, spring is hiding just around the corner. And so is Poundcake.
Let me watch you poop.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7.
They keep being pressed on what they're going to do. And they're like, we're going to do what's right. You love when these companies, we're going to do what's right. They're like, that's not, because I think the CEO was like testifying in front of Congress or something the same day that there was another derailment. And again, trains derail all the time in this country. It's not an irregular occurrence. It doesn't usually result in what they got there in East Palestine. But they put this guy in front of some committee, and they were like, the people who live now in East Palestine, their properties are close to worthless. There are people there who were planning to sell their house and move. You've seen all these various stories if you followed this whole saga. There was a woman there who owned she owned a couple of properties that she would Airbnb. And she's like, I don't have that income anymore. Nobody's going to come here and stay at my Airbnb. And so even though compensating all of the people out there who might possibly be affected would be a drop in the bucket for this company, they're basically saying everything except we will compensate them. So that's got to make those people feel good. So obviously, I'm sure there will be lawsuits. I'm sure there probably already are. But the company is like, well, we'll do what's right. When you're asked, hey, will you compensate these people? The only proper answer would be, yes, we will. Of course we will. Yes, we will. That hasn't been their answer so far. And again, East Palestine, not an affluent area. So, even if you get full price for your house, you're not talking a ton of money. And so, again, it would be a drop in the... I don't know how you determine who would require said compensation, but there it is. I don't know. Hey, Tyler.
Yeah.
What up?
Hi.
What up?
Hey, I just wanted to congratulate for Bill and Wilhelmina for finally getting together and doing a commercial together for Wendy's.
When did this happen? I haven't heard this.
Well, they were together on it, and then all of a sudden she chimed in and said that there was biscuits available as well.
Oh,
so I just wanted to congratulate them two for finally getting together, because I know
we haven't heard from her in a long time.
In quite some time.
Yeah, I hope she's okay.
But those biscuits will bring anybody together.
Apparently. I mean, geez. Long time coming.
Yeah.
Well, it's a banner day, right, Tyler?
Show.
Okay, thank you. There's Tyler in Medina. Thank you, pal. Did anybody watch the Oscars?
No.
I didn't even know they were on until I was clicking around yesterday afternoon, and everybody was doing red carpet stuff. I'm like, oh, the Oscars are tonight. Right.
What's the difference between an Oscar and a Golden Globe?
Golden Globes are the Hollywood foreign press.
Okay.
So, but it's considered a pretty accurate precursor of who will be nominated for an Oscar. The Golden Globes precede the Oscars, I think, by a month or so. Award season.
Gotcha.
And so when somebody gets nominated for a Golden Globe, they usually... Okay. Hello?
Siri said, yeah, all right.
They're usually considered a pretty good indicator of what... I think that Golden Globes are television, too. I don't think it's just movies.
Yeah, Golden Globes both.
Yeah.
All I saw in regards to the Oscars last night was I was scrolling on Twitter. I think I was pooping, and I saw Angela Bassett get snubbed again.
Did you see her face?
She was damn near, she was about to cry. She was like almost in tears.
What happened to women supporting women?
Well, it's Jamie Lee Curtis. You think she hasn't had enough awards throughout her entire life?
She's never won an Oscar.
She never won an Oscar.
I don't know what award she's won. She never won an Oscar.
I think this is the first time she was nominated.
Yeah.
For an Oscar.
Significantly more work
Jamie
than
Lee
Angela Bassett.
Jamie Lee Curtis and Angela Bassett were in the exact same spot. Neither one of them have ever lost or won an Oscar.
Jamie Lee Curtis hasn't. I would say Angela Bassett has had a more significant career as a leading woman than Jamie Lee Curtis.
Listen,
Yes and no.
Angela Bassett will win an Oscar. But listen, I love Angela Bassett, but boy, does she what?
No, Angela Basket.
What did I say? Basket?
Yeah.
I love Angela Bassett. But boy, does she take herself seriously. She thinks that she has been done wrong by the man for 30 years. Every movie she does is Oscar bait. She played Tina, didn't get anything. This Stella Got a Groove bag, didn't get anything. She thought she had Wakanda in the bag.
I did too.
But once they started talking about everything everywhere all at once and all at one time and this and that, I'll show you this for people who haven't seen it. If you're watching on the live stream, it's fantastic. The reaction for the other, because they do a close-up on all of the women who are nominated. So it's Jamie Lee Curtis, a couple of Asian actresses, Hong Chow, who I didn't even realize was nominated, but I've seen her in some TV shows, and she's great. And a couple of other actresses. And Angela Bassett doesn't. I mean, obviously, you're pissed to lose, but it's also you'll make some kind of face, or you'll applaud, or, hey, this is one of my colleagues. Here, watch this if you're watching the live stream.
Jamie Lee Curtis! Jamie Lee Curtis!
Angela Bassett doesn't change a hair on her face.
Well, you can't get nominated for acting like you're excited that somebody else won, so why would she?
And so obviously people's reactions to that were pretty split. They were like, what a bitch, blah, blah, blah. And other people were like, Angela Bassett screwed again by the man or whatever. I'm sure she thought this was the year she'd win. And maybe she was, I don't know. I still haven't seen that Everything All at Once. They won everything. They won Best Picture. Ke-Huy Quan, short round, won for supporting actor, and Michelle Yeoh won for lead actress, and they won the whole thing. So, whatever. I haven't seen that movie. I guess Carrie Condon, she's lovely. She's an Irish actress. It's in that, whatever that Irish movie is. Colin Farrell. The Banshees of Inisherin is the movie. Yeah,
that's it.
Carrie Condon was in, that's another actress I don't think I've ever seen do her actual accent, except in one of those Martin McDonagh movies, because she was on Ray Donovan for a while. She's been in a bunch of American television, but she never speaks with her native Irish accent. So, that one jumped out at me. I'm like, oh, that's great. Angela Bassett just sitting there stone-faced. Because I'm sure she feels like she should have won a long time ago. That she's overdue for an Oscar. But there's all kinds of great actresses who have never won an Oscar. Glenn Close has never won an Oscar. She's great in everything. Jimmy Kimmel hosted again.
You look great. Everybody looks so great. When I look around this room, I can't help but wonder, is Ozempic right for me? A great piece of Oscar trivia. 31 years ago in 1992, Brendan Fraser and Ke-Huy Quan were in a movie together, Encino Man. Two actors from Encino Man are nominated for Oscars. What an incredible night this must be for the two of you, and what a very difficult night for Pauly Shore.
Mm-hmm. Talked about came out guns blazing with the Will Smith stuff.
Got to.
Yeah.
We know this is a special night for you. We want you to have fun. We want you to feel safe. And most importantly, we want me to feel safe. So we have strict policies in place. If anyone in this theater commits an act of violence at any point during the show, you will be awarded the Oscar for Best Actor and permitted to give a 19-minute long speech. No, but seriously, the Academy has a crisis team in place. If anything unpredictable or violent happens during the ceremony, just do what you did last year. Nothing. Sit there and do absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm. He's kind of more affable Ricky Gervais at these Oscar things. You know how the Golden Globes pull Ricky Gervais out to just make fun of everyone?
Yeah.
And that's his vibe,
Yeah,
Kimmel basically does the same thing, but
softer.
yeah. So yeah, I didn't watch But some of because you don't really need to. You'll get the best stuff recapped the next day. Like Hugh Grant on the red carpet.
People are going in on him on this, and I don't think
I
what he's
love
doing,
this. No, Hugh Grant's like a funny guy. He's probably just goofing around.
Yeah,
you know.
and people are like, "Oh, he's so disrespectful." He's like, "No, it's just-
Disrespectful. They throw Ashley Graham, who's super foxy. They throw her on the red carpet and go talk to celebrities. These people are not interviewers. They take somebody who's hot, give them a microphone, and then expect them to like be chatting up celebrities. It's not easy for her, and it's weird for the other person. You know, if you have the team from Extra or whatever, they're used to asking dumb questions.
Also,
Maybe Ashley Graham is on one of those shows. I don't know. But it feels like they just put her out there. It's a lose-lose. Put her out there and go, hey, off screen, there's wranglers that are getting, if you've ever worked back in the day, I've worked red carpets, and there's just wranglers who throw celebrities at you. And then you have to come up with something that they haven't heard a billion times before. And Ashley Graham got a weird vibe from the jump from Hugh Grant, and there's no way to go. It's hard to salvage that. What were you saying?
The way he handled it is the only thing that's getting passed around. So did he do the right thing? It seems like it, because there's probably a bunch of other interviews where people played along with the interviewer that nobody's paying attention to. But if you're Hugh Grant and you said, I'm wearing my tux that my tailor made.
Yeah, I'll play you the clip.
Yeah.
I mean, people go, why be there if you don't want to be, if you don't care? It's like, because he's probably trying to be a nice guy. He doesn't know what questions they're going to ask. She might have asked him some amazingly incisive questions. Instead, he mentioned Vanity Fair as the phrase Vanity Fair. She thought he was talking about the party. But again, it's not easy for her. Here, if you're watching this, I'll show you Ashley Graham, who's they call her the premier plus-size model. But she looks like she lost some weight for Oscar night. Talking to Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, you are a veteran of the Oscars, and you've been here a few times. Yeah. What's your favorite thing about coming to the Oscars?
It's fascinating. The whole of humanity is here. It's Vanity Fair.
Oh, it's all about Vanity Fair. Yes, that's where we let loose and have a little bit of fun. What are you most excited to see?
Not what he meant.
Not what he meant at all.
But you're in the moment.
Yeah.
It's very noisy and
tonight.
To see?
Yeah, well, I know that you probably watched a few of the movies. Are you excited to see anybody win? Do you have your hopes up for anyone?
No one in particular.
Okay, well, what are you wearing tonight then?
Just my suit.
Your suit?
Poor Ashley Graham. She's like, man,
suit.
I'm treading water here. And so I don't think he was being a dick.
Well, she asked wrong. It's supposed to say, who are you wearing? Not
But
what are you
again, it's not an easy gig to stand there and they're just throwing people at you. This is on ABC. She's not out there for LAmonthly.com or something. This is the network Oscars pre-show.
This reminds me of me on the red carpet at the APMAs asking people stupid questions. Like I was panicking. I was like nervous, and I was just like.
And that couldn't have been lower stakes.
Who are you excited to see?
You were just too green. Who are you excited to see?
Yeah, and he was like, well, I've been coming here for many years, so you must be excited to see someone that you've been coming here.
These are jaded Hollywood. You kind of have to tailor it to the person. Hugh Grant has been doing this a long time. He's not some young ingenue who might genuinely be excited to see somebody at the Oscars. Who are you excited to see? No one. He couldn't even come up. He couldn't even fake his way through it. No one.
Who made your suit? You didn't make it.
I can't remember. My tailor.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to the tailor.
Yeah.
So tell me, what does it feel like to be in Glass Onion? It was such an amazing film. I really loved it. I love a thriller. How fun is it to shoot something like that?
Well, I'm barely in it. I'm in it for about 3 seconds.
Yeah, but still, you showed up and you had fun, right?
Almost.
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, thank you so much. It was nice.
She's really trying, and it's not his fault.
She's
it's not
trying,
hers.
but also like
he can't wait to get out of there.
He's in the movie for 3 minutes.
Yeah,
or the 3 seconds.
Yes.
That's not his greatest accomplishment. He doesn't
but he can play it up. People are like, yeah, it was one of my favorite things to do. Show up, get paid, and be in a movie for 3 seconds.
But the red carpet it's a meat market. Like Someone's in your ear saying, rap with Hugh, we have so-and-so coming over. Okay, then you just jump to the next person. You got some not cue cards. You've got some index cards there that you might be able to refer to when they throw it to the other person.
He's like, get the hell out of my way.
Right. So I think the people who are giving either of them a hard time are kind of missing the point. It's all, whatever. I just thought it was so funny. It's not like he was being a dick. He was answering her questions. Who are you excited to see? No one.
No, this kind
Who are you wearing? It's my tux. I've been in this for a long time. People did notice, however, that, I don't know how old Hugh Grant is. He's probably in his mid-60s, right?
Might be 70s.
No.
Hugh Grant is...
312 years old.
He's 62 years old.
Oh, damn.
And during the telecast, he was up there presenting with Andy McDowell. They did 4 weddings and a funeral a long, long time ago. And he did mention that his skin does look very different from hers.
We're actually here to do 2 things. The first is to raise awareness about the vital importance of using a good moisturizer. Andy has been wearing one every day for the last 29 years. I've never used one in my life. Still stunning, basically a scrotum.
Basically a scrotum. Hey, listen, if you got it and it shows, you got to flaunt it, baby.
He is a hot old guy.
He's a zaddy?
He is 62, and he's hittable. I wouldn't be utterly repulsed to see him nude. I'm sure it probably wouldn't be the best lay I've ever had, but I wouldn't be utterly repulsed.
I think it's cool how Hugh Grant was kind of gone for a while, and now he's grabbed little parts in all these movies. He's in a bunch of movies.
It's probably all he wants.
Maybe he's in the new Jason Statham thing with Aubrey Plaza. And he some of them he'll play bad. He was in that movie, The Gentleman, the Guy Ritchie thing. I think that was another Guy Ritchie movie. And it was just, he'll show up in these movies. You go, oh, I like Hugh Grant. He doesn't have to be the lead. He's 62. But I like seeing him in stuff. People were creaming their jeans on social media, too, because Jessica Chastain, they were praising her because she was the only person at the Oscars wearing a mask. Which it's completely
And it's useless now.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. Listen,
but it has no use if you're the only one wearing it.
There's a bunch of guys wearing a mask at Wadsworth.
Yeah.
And they weren't getting applause.
Yeah. The one time they love masks is when they're Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
No, listen, there's still some red state hot zones where people think science is devil juice, but it's not January 2021. So there's no downside to her wearing it. But the point is, people are like, oh, Queen, she's the only one. All these other dummies. It's like, let's calm down. All right. It's not.
I just feel like if it was in the thick of COVID and I was in Florida where no one else is wearing a mask, if I wear my mask, it then makes my mask useless because no matter what, I'm breathing in air that everyone else has spread their COVID all through. So I
don't know what the hell you're talking about. But the point is, it's not the height of COVID. It's not January 2021. It's March 2023. And by the way, when she had to get up to present, she wasn't wearing it. So it's like all that dumb crap during COVID about you got to wear your mask at a restaurant. But when you're eating, take it off, have whatever, drinks, food, whatever. But boy, people loved Jessica Chastain doing that. Listen, for my money, I think she's gorgeous, but anything that hides that butt chin, I'm in favor of.
You don't like a butt chin.
I don't care for a butt chin.
Not even on Demi Lovato.
No. Listen, we all have our peccadillos. I like the butt where the butt is supposed to be. Right? Haunches. I like the butt. I want it on your face. I got a break. If you want to send a text, 35192 to do that. Listen wherever at alancoxshow.com or on the iHeartRadio app.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Crystal said she's never been to a strip club, so Jeffrey volunteered to take her to one, but it sounds like it wasn't so great. First impressions?
The smell